Hello and welcome to the Swords of Ditto Mormos Curse. I am your host, Striker Dynasty Games, and I know what you're thinking. What the heck is Swords of Ditto? It is this roguelike game released back in 2018, developed by 1Bit Beyond, and the art illustration, I don't know if you ever watched Doug back in the 90s, one of my favorite cartoons. It really has that type of art illustration, and it pays a lot of homage to some of the popular things that were obviously popular back in the 90s, like the Magic School Bus, as you can see right here. And it's this roguelike game that kind of sets itself apart from other roguelike games by not only the art illustration and kind of the silliness, but it has a lot of puzzle solving as well, and it almost pays homage and inspiration from the Zelda games back in the good old days. And so as you saw right there on the screen, there was a lot of beverages that you can use and cookies and stuff in order to replenish health. These are stickers, which are basically like upgrades to your sword, your arm, your head, whatever, in order to add like certain elemental effects. And you can get health by, hacking and slashing enemies, taking health away from them. So it's a really cool game. Here's a little bit of what a dungeon looks like. This is just like a small little dungeon. And again, just little minor puzzle solving, nothing that's going to get you stuck. So far, I haven't run into anything like that. I will actually show you later in this clip. There was this thing with a cube, and I got confused, and I was on the right track, but it just took me a little while to figure it out. But nothing where you just, where you just want to throw your controller out the window. It's a really fun game, hack and slash, different weapons, golf clubs, upgrades, and it's a roguelite. I don't really call it a roguelike because back in 2019 they had a huge update where they pretty much got rid of permadeath on easy and normal mode. So for those of you who don't like permadeath and don't like what roguelikes usually offer, which is starting back from scratch, oh, here's a little mini room. Just there was a little secret room, so that's pretty cool. A little secret hole right there. It's almost like a rabbit hole. And then as you get down here, there's some enemies to fight, but pretty much a whole room filled with coins. And it's really fun to roll and dodge right through them, and the little impact. It's really fun. I promise you, it's a really fun game. But basically, back in 2019, they had an update where they got rid of permadeath for any of the players that didn't like it on easy and normal mode. And basically, you can play like a roguelike game with permadeath if you decide to play on the hardest difficulty, which is what I'm going to do now that I've pretty much gotten a grasp of what the game is all about. So you can have permadeath, but you have to play on the hardest difficulty. Another thing to note is that when you do finally get to the palace where you will be fighting the witch, anything that happens in that palace is going to result in permadeath, including if you play on easy or normal. So that's the only time you may face permadeath is, oh, here's the block situation. I thought I had to push the block all the way to the little block that you see in front of the door on the right. I thought that was like a door that was gonna kind of like a secret thing that opens, kind of senses on the ground and opens a door, but it was actually the lever that you see on the top left that you had to pull. So I figured it out, but it was cool. It's a little puzzle, adds a little dynamic to the game. It's really fun. It's got little mini games inside, as you can see, going the rabbit hole, secrets, hack and slash, upgrades, permadeath, no permadeath if you play on easy and normal. And the whole goal of the game is to fight the witch, but to get to the witch, which there's a time to get to the witch, you have all this time to basically upgrade, get stronger, get different upgrades, and get as ready as you possibly can get in order to fight the witch. Now, of course, you can fast track the time and just, roll the dice and see if you can handle the witch on, with barely any upgrades and, with barely, any strength, I guess you can say, and kind of go that way. Or you can obviously take your time, go around the world, go around different dungeons, find different secrets, and try to get as much as you can in order to give you the best possibility to defeat the witch. And basically every time you die, if you do have permadeath, it takes you forward 100 years, because every 100 years the witch appears and you have to fight the witch. So every 100 years there's someone that claims the Sword of Ditto from what I understand. But I really recommend this game. It's really fun. I know the reviews online are kind of mixed, but once you get into it, you realize it definitely does set itself apart from Dead Cells and Neon Abyss and Binding of Isaac, because it has this 90s art illustration, and it's really fun, and it's really difficult as well. So do not take it lightly just because you see it's a little silliness on the screen. That's it for me, folks. I'm Striker Dynasty Games. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and as always, enjoy the show.